Big 33 here, again with another PlayStation 2 RPG Maker 2 tutorial video on how to make a health meter. The first thing you need to do is go to File, New, in Beginner Mode. This will give you all of the data in the game and allow you to edit it once you go to the proper file level. So next, after creating a beginner file, go to File, Preferences, User, to file level, and Hard. So now you can edit all of the data in the game and use every tab, but still have the data from beginner mode. The first thing I have to do is create an event. So I'm going to go to Scripts and create new data and call this Health, update and exit. And with this script, I was going to create an event, but we'll do the script. Going to input script, apply together, and put in some data here. Data, file, flags, data flags, and stat check type. Flag number 81 needs to be on. This will include all of the stats when loaded for a player. Or load the stats. So next I want to go to data and go to variable number 86, member number, and change that to 0, or the first slot in the members list, which in this case will be Burke, or whatever player you decide for a one-player game. The first member is always going to be 0. Next I'm going to go to data, member info, and load. And now it'll load that member's information. To further use the system, I'm going to go to data, system, and substitute attribute for variable. So it's going to substitute Burke's hit points for a variable. So the stat would be hit points. In the variable, it becomes as a number representing hit points. So variable 251 is going to be equal to hit points plus 0. Now I'm going to update and exit. So that hit points are counted in with this, we do stat check type to count for the hit points, enter the member's information, load it, then alter his stat or the hit points for a number, and then changing that number by going to data, system, and substitute variable for attribute. Change that number into an attribute, and finally data, system, data, member info, save. So that data is saved. I'm going to go ahead and name that variable by going to game settings, custom, in variable, so I can name my variable. And variable 251 is going to be current health. So the current health will be represented by this variable 251. So I'm going to update and exit that and go back to my script now that I've corrected that. And once this is complete, we're going to have a few conditions. Script branch condition, variable, if if hit points or variable number 97 are equal to 1. And then I'm going to copy that and paste it and edit if it is equal to 2. So if it's 1, it'll show 1 bar. If it's 2, it'll show 2 bars. But to make that happen, we need a visual effect. But first, above these two inputs, we have to go to events, data, game info, and load. And copy that, and paste it. And then script, apply together, copy, paste. So these two apply together. At the very end of this, script branch to top to update that. So update next. Now for some graphics, go to graphics, visual effects, create new data, and I'm going to create health 1. So if the health is 1, the points will be 1. So I'm going to create a new element here, a 2D image and a heart with the 2D setup, and make the blend normal and make the color a deep red color. So there we go with that. And I only need one spot in this. So I'm going to edit and just create new data and move it to the appropriate location, which I like top left of the screen. It's pretty workable. And then just decreasing the size by holding X and up on the size. And then to reduce that to the shortest frame in the effects grid, you hold down on the right number. This is only going to be a single input, so it's not even a full frame. Then I'm going to copy that and paste the data and make it health 2. And all I need to do that is to copy and paste the data by pressing X, and then edit it and move it over 1 space. So I'll just update next at that so that 2 are active, both are active on the second health input. And if you were to have 3, all 3 would have to be active and set right. But with the system, that's simple. So we'll go to scripts. Now we're going to health. And if hit points equal 1, script, apply together, screen display, effects on the party, and the effect is going to be one of the health effects we just created, which is going to be 1, and the repeat is going to be 0 or infinitesimal forever. It will just keep looping. So I'm going to copy that and paste it in our next condition here, hit points if they equal 2. And then at the very top of the script here, right below apply together, I'm going to input screen display, effects, clear all effects. So once it gets to the top, and a new one of these conditions are met, and the previous one is no longer met, it will clear the effects and post the most reasonable, most probable answers. So if I were to have 1 hit point and then I went to 2 hit points, it would clear the effect. Then it would go all the way back down and show that I had 2 hit points. And good thing I thought of that, because you would have to have the effect for 2 hit points. So I think this is done. At least I hope it's done. I'll update and exit. And then I have to do a little bit more code to get this to work, but first I'll make an event. So go to scripts, events, and create new data, and I'll call this health. And this is going to be a system event with no condition, which means it just happens automatically when plugged into a direct effect or an indirect effect. It's going to call health. I'll update and exit that, and then go to game, direct effects, create new data, and call this health display. So this will display the health, and how it's going to do that is first it's directing its settings don't need to be changed, except that it needs to be other. And I need an indirect effect for this. I can't do that. So I need to go to game, indirect effects, and we're going to create a custom effect, a custom status, and call this health display. I'm going to go over to the custom tab, and in the length, reduce all of these numbers to 0, so it is infinitesimal or infinite in this case. And then in the advanced tab, the type is going to be a custom status. That way the only 2 things that count are the flow 1 and flow 2. And for every new success, it will play health. For every natural end, it will play health. And for each result, in world only, will call health. So I'll update that. To plug that in, you need to go to game, party members, into Verk or your party member as long as they're the first player, and go to the advanced tab under traits and alter the custom status to health display. And lastly, to go to stats and change Verk's health to 2. And you don't want this to increase any as you level, so we'll make that 0 and update and exit. And finally, I'm going to create a script that deletes from Verk's health to show you how that it actually changes. We're going to call this vary, and with the familiar formula, data, flags, or like a switch, something that's turned on and off. Stat check type is going to be on, which will include all stats. And then more of those jelly beans in a jar, or variables. Variable 86 member number will equal Verk's number, or 0. And then his info will be loaded through member info. And then next, the data system command to substitute that stat for a variable. The actual input of the stat data variable number 97 hit points. No, I need to change that. Variable number 251 current health will be equal to hit points. That way, it will stand for your hit points and represent how many hit points you actually have, but be calculated through a separate variable. So it will be plus 0, and then we'll go back and go to data system and turn that number back into a stat, and then data member info save. Before this, there needs to be an apply together. So script apply together, update and exit, and then next a direct effects. So game direct effects, create new data, and I'm going to call this vary, and I'm going to make it an other type item, have no target, disable target menu. In the advanced settings, the flow 1, the effect start will be use, where it will tell you you have used the item, or script number 83. And then for consume, script number 62, I believe. Consume item 1. And this will take away 1 of the item when you use it. We don't need a flow 2 for this script, just a result. And anything you put in the success portion of the script when it has no success check will automatically be successful and automatically play out this event script, the script health. But I want this to be poison berry, not health. So I actually need to create another event. So script events, create new data, and call this berry, and make the type system and the apply will be berry. So I'll update and exit. Back to our direct effect, which is going to be plugged into our item. And then just under the advanced and results tab, make that berry. And then update and exit. Now, game items will let you create an item. I'm going to call this berry. And lastly, go to type, leave on other, change the detail so that all 3 are checked. And then when used, plug in the direct effect berry. So now that when the item is used, it will run that bit of code. So update and exit. Now to put this in Burke's inventory, so party members, Burke, edit, custom, items, and I'll give him 2 of these because I only need 2 to kill him, and I want to show his death. So that's the end of that. Now to further that, there's one more piece of script in the event. So there's going to be a script, create new data, and call this if dead. And it's going to be simple. Script, apply together, script branch, condition, variable, and hit points. I'm going too far down. Variable number 97, hit points, is equal to or less than this symbol, 0, then screen display, effects, clear all effects. And I'm going to put a data uh, data, game info, load. So that should work. So update and exit, and then scripts, events, create new data, if, did. Actually, don't need to do that. So I'll exit without updating. Go back to the scripts, trash. There's a simple way to fix this I just thought of. Go through the events and go all the way up to new death. And when you see new death, edit it, and when you get to this point of has been slain, go to screen display, effects, clear all effects, and that should work. So I'll test what's going on here and start. My game has been slow today. So you see when I walk, my hearts are there. I have 2 hearts. I use the item, berry, when I walk, and for some reason it's not letting me. So scripts, all the way down to health. You see what's going on here. Maybe I need to copy that and put it here and edit this. No. I got the game info there. Copy this, paste it. Copy this, paste it, delete. I think I can copy these 2 things here, game info, load, and apply together. Delete that, paste it above, and then do it again. And it should go to top. I don't see why it's not working. Oh, I know why. Under the strict condition for the health to show, it needs to calculate current health instead of HP. So current health equals 2. Because only current health is becoming hit points. It hasn't been set up to factor in hit points. So it has to be current health, or the first variable 251. And that should calculate it. So I'll start. So now you see I have 2 hearts, and then I use an item, a berry. Why do I not have 1 heart? Maybe I missed something. Game, items, berry, custom, used. No, that's already in there. So it has to be in my event script, health. Maybe have the game info load over top that. if variable current health is equal to 2, current health is equal to 1, are you taking this clear all effects? I don't know. I think I did this right. I don't see why it's not working. Maybe it's member info load. No? Alright. I'll start. So I have 2, and then if I use this item, I still have 2 HP. So something isn't working in my berry script, and I think I know what it is. Current health, that's what was wrong. Hit points needs to equal hit points minus 1. So variable number 97, hit points equals hit points minus 1. So that was my error, I believe. So I'm going to update and exit and start in the berry script just to alter that input. So I have 2 hearts. Now using Burke's item, I have 1 heart, and there that has worked. And to see if the last part of this script works, go to item, Burke, berry, and use. And it takes away your hearts when Burke has been slain. So that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time.